Well, it's Friday. That means one thing. It's Friday. Clemson Sports Talk. My man Lawton Schwan, Sports Radio 1400 on Fox. You can catch him also on iHeartRadio. And, of course, the Clemson Tigers, once again, in week number 2 of the college football polls, finds himself at the #1 spot after a big win over Florida State at home, 23-13. A great win. They clinched the Atlantic Division. Now it's waiting on the last 3 games to try to continue to stay in that top 4. Got to be, again, excited for Clemson Nation.
Yeah, and you look at the teams they're taking on. I mean, these 3 teams, South Carolina, Wake Forest, and Syracuse right now with 9 wins combined. So Clemson's got to feel pretty good about where they sit. The question becomes now, as these next few weeks play out, does Clemson maintain their focus? Do they continue to build a resume that the College Football Playoff Committee will look at and say, hey, you know what, they finished strong? Or do they sputter to the end of the season and have that committee saying, I don't know if this team's really as good as we once thought?
Well, I think a lot of people think they're really good. They're on the cover of Sports Illustrated. You got Rex Ryan at his weekly press conference sporting the Clemson helmet. Sammy Watson got a Clemmy hat. The brand of Clemson Tigers are really becoming national. You know, Clemson has always had a good football program. Now they're really looking at a 5th 10-win season again with the 3 games. Talked about 9 total wins combined. I like to think they're going to get 10 wins again or more. So this brand is becoming very national now.
Yeah, it is, and it's a credit to Dabo Swinney. I think when he got to Clemson, he maybe made a couple of mistakes as far as getting a little bit, I guess, involved in the back and forth with Steve Spurrier. They kind of got South Carolina fans agitated, made people say, hey, this guy's a cheerleader. He's not doing his job right. But now you see he's gone out, he's recruited, he's put his nose to the grindstone. And when you bring in those elite-type players, and Clemson continues to do that, this is the product of that. And now, with Clemson possibly being just the 15th team ever to have 5 consecutive 10-plus win seasons, it's remarkable the job that he's done.
He's done a great job. I was one of those guys who used to call him the coupon coach and the salesman, which he is. I mean, but that's part of what he's bringing to the table as a head coach. He don't claim to be this big-time, X and O guy. He let his coaches coach. He goes out and recruits. He's the face of the Clemson program, and I think he's done an excellent job. Recruiting, you got Deshaun Watson, one of the top quarterbacks in the country, 21 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, almost 500 yards on the ground. Yeah. But the guy, to me, is the unsung hero, is Wayne Gallman. He's searching for 1,000 yards. He's probably going to get it this week against Syracuse. This is a balanced team with the run and pass, and then you throw in the run option with Deshaun Watson. Well,
and Watson's been such a good playmaker in that scheme, and I think that's opened things up for Gallman. You saw this past weekend against Florida State several times. Deshaun Watson had to kind of to make that option-style play, and he gave the ball to the right man if that was Wayne Gallman coming out of the backfield or perhaps even keeping it for himself.
Right.
And when you're able to do that offensively, it makes the defense play on their heels. Clemson's been very fortunate this year that Deshaun Watson has really protected the football, especially in the latter half of the season, and that's been a big benefit for him.
Dabo Swinney saying that he didn't play well in the first half, but he cited some numbers in the 4th quarter, how good Deshaun Watson has been. Now, Syracuse is next on the docket. You go to the Dome, a tough place to play. It's loud. They played LSU tough in the first go-around there. So Clemson got to be careful because people now are coming to knock you off. People you are the haunted. You got Western Michigan even saying we want Clemson. So when you put yourself out there and everybody's talking about you, you got to expect folks, and they're going to give you the best shot.
Oh, they are. And I think Dabo Swinney's kind of set these guys up for that all season. I mean, you go back to the Wofford game and the App State game. We sat here and we said, hey, this is the biggest game of the season. And Swinney's really focused them on that task. And I think they'll have that same mindset going into this one. And Syracuse is playing a walk-on quarterback. So that's probably going to help Brent Venables in that defense. Yeah, you believe. But that's coming up. Yeah. But, yeah, all in all, I think that favors Clemson, and I think the Tigers roll inside the Carrier Dome.
I tend to agree with you on that one. Again, 3 teams left in the regular season, a combined 9 wins. And, of course, it looks like North Carolina is going to be the winner in the Coastal Division. But, again, there's a lot of football left to be played. Lawton Schwan, Sports Radio 1400 on Fox. You can catch him Monday through Friday, 6 to 8. That's going to do it for sports. We'll come back, wrap things up from here in a moment.